About something that has came to the market that isn't attributed to you, but actually did start with you. And let's talk about the smaller barbs on a hook.
Yeah, that's another one.
The bass fishing community and the fishing community in general have you to thank for this.
Years ago, here's one. Years ago, big old hooks, when they started these big hooks, had this great old big barb on them. You can see that. When this jig first came onto the market, I wanted to put a smaller hook in it, but they say, well, no, you know, everybody else knows more about it than the inventor, that everybody is in tune with the bigger, wider gap hooks now. And I said, well, the only reason you're doing that is because the inefficiency of the weed guard's making it not hook, and that just helps hook a little bit better with the weed guard on there. And they said, well, that's still what everybody's used to. And I said, well, okay, if we have to use that, then here's the deal. We're going to have a hook built that is this size, and you can see that this hook is the same size as this that had this big old barb. So this is about a 5/0 hook, and you can see it's got a big old 5/0 barb on it.
Right.
And the average fisherman, for the most part, especially when you're casting a jig and fishing it, you know, at a distance in deeper water, it takes one heck of a hook set to drive that big old thing to a fish. So I said, well, if we got to have that big of a hook, then we're going to build it, but we're going to put a 3/0 barb on it. So you can see that's the same size hook, but see how much smaller the barb is?
Mm-hmm.
And so since that time, the rest of the industry has followed suit, and they all have the small barb on them
But
now.
you actually went to Eagle Claw and talked to them.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no such thing at the time that we did this. And so after that time, everybody in the industry builds a smaller barb on their big old hooks. And so this hook here goes back to middle 80s. Designed that in the late 80s.
Good thing you actually saved one of those hooks,
Yeah,
or you wouldn't even be able to show the comparison.
yeah, but you know, that's just, you know, more of the technology that the rest of the industry has benefited from me.
While we're on the subject of hooks, what do you think about light wire hooks?
Don't like them.
Explain why, please.
Well, because they hit anything that's substantial. I mean, if they're just penetrating through skin, you can get by with them. But if they hit anything substantial inside the mouth, as they try to drive the hook point through, they start flexing in the throat. And as soon as that starts flexing in the throat, instead of the hook point staying on that line, which you're trying to pull it through, it starts rotating out this way, and then when it does that, all it's going to do is skip along in the fish's mouth and not penetrate. So that's, you need, I mean, there's a use for smaller hooks, but they need stiffness to them. And there again, marketing's done most of the selling on that, and I can show, you can go fishing with me sometime, and I'll take your light wire hook, and every time I set the hook on a bass, I probably won't hook it, and it'll come in and it'll be look just like that. So the only way that you're going to get one of those in the fish is you can't really put any pressure on it. You got to hope that the fish just kind of wallers around and drags it in himself.
And what is this that I'm hearing from some of your fishing buddies, that you actually brought powder coating to the fishing industry?
Yeah. Years ago, when this was first on the market, there might even be somebody, I'm not going to name the name of it, because there was a lot of the people that had the licensing rights to this thing, just they made a lot of people mad. And but anyway, we developed first ones that we developed powder coat finish on fishing lures years ago.
And now the market follows suit.
Markets followed suit. That's this packaging. We're the first ones to use blister pack. Used to, everybody just put them in a little plastic bag and stapled them to a card, and we were the first one to start individually packaging lures. So I mean, there's just a myriad of things that's on the fishing market that's just due to me.
Just another one of your innovations. Well, thanks for spending the time to talk to the folks, Bo. We really appreciate picking your mind. It's always fun.
Okay.
Thanks.